It's your girl Jazzy K with Super Tight TV. We want to thank everyone that's been watching. Hey, if you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, also press the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video.
You're not tuned into something super tight. Puffin' something sticky, nigga, I roll through the light. Need to hear something real just to get me through the night. I'm looking for them jackets cause I know they looking shy. Know I'ma get some game tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the low love from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.
Already, baby, what it do? It's your big dog, Bobo Luciano. I want to thank y'all again for tuning in to Super Tight TV. We back, up your back, going smack, smack, smack. Like we always do. My wife don't like when I get visual. But say, I got my sexy ass, gorgeous, beautiful wife.
It's your girl Jazzy K.
In the building. Say, man, I got a legend in the house.
A legend.
A legend. Legendary status, you know what I mean? Let me see how I'm going to call this dude.
Everybody don't get that.
No, I don't say that to a lot of people.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is one of them guys that he used to be behind the scenes, in front of the scene. He don't give a damn. He gonna be seen. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? You can call him the Forest Lane Changer. You can call him the Slump Master Supreme.
All day.
I think y'all know him from Starvin Magazine.
Yeah.
I got Big Aziz in the house.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No introduction really needed.
Man, somebody.
Stand up, standing ovation, goddamn. Right. And family.
Yeah.
Look at these youngsters.
Man.
I mean, they're looking just like you.
Man, look.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
Shit them like that. I love it though, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here. Wanted to do this with my boys. Mm-hmm. So, like I was saying earlier, you never know how many chances you get to do something like this. So I was
Introduce them.
Okay, this is my firstborn son right here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Talib Dean, a.k.a. Dean. When I first started rapping again, his name was in the song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Had to do it for my seed, Talib Dean. And his brother didn't exist, but then I had to, popped him out a year later.
Okay.
Son Zaid, you know what I'm saying? And he grew up for like 4 years saying, Daddy, when you gonna put my name in the song?
I know that's right. I feel you on that one.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So hit me up on that one, Aziz.
Yeah. So
you got me on that one.
Yeah. So I had to bring them with me. They like security / the
homies
all day long.
Sons, homies. Y'all look like y'all got a great relationship.
Hey man, I'm what they call me the general. What they used to call me when I was growing up, the general.
Sarge.
The cool dad. Was he the cool dad?
No. Like, hold up.
Don't get it twisted.
He was definitely very on point. But I feel like when I was younger, it was kind of hard to see. But as I got older, I really appreciated the things he put in my mind.
Already.
And how I move now.
Already.
That's usually how it goes.
That's usually how it go.
Yeah.
I was always the good kid. I ain't need no.
You didn't need no straightening.
Good for you.
Already,
that
man.
was me.
Yeah.
That ain't what you told me last night.
Hey.
Well, say I'm gonna let my wife get this thing started. You got a daughter too, right?
Yep, Fatima.
Oh, really?
And then I got a 3-year-old Nasir.
Oh.
Well, you still shooting up the club?
Yeah. Pop. Now I got the two oldest, Saraya and Osmahan. So yeah, they grown status and
you gonna get that thing snipped? What's it gonna do?
What'd you say?
You heard me?
No.
Turn me up.
I was asking when you gonna get that thing snipped.
Oh man,
because it's still active.
It's definitely active.
I know it's active.
I should ask you the same question, sir.
The pull-out game is
my pull-out game is strong
to the scrimps.
Not really.
I know it. But so
anyway,
let's get this thing started, baby. Go ahead.
All right, Big Aziz. Let everybody know where you're from, for those that may not know.
Hamilton Park. I'm a backstreet boy out of Hamilton Park by way of the North Dallas projects.
Okay.
And yeah, man, I'm the second generation Hamilton Park. My mama, my grandmama, we original HP 1954.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hamilton Park is
yes, ma'am.
Historical neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Go explain it to the people why it's so historical.
Well, it's historical because at one time we all lived either in South Dallas or what they call Arlington Park or Elm Thicket.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't realize this about Dallas, but the headquarters of the KKK in the nation was right here in Dallas.
Was it in West Dallas?
I don't know exactly where it was, but I know it was here. And they had a field day bombing the homes of black people.
Wow.
You know, and they did. They bombed homes. They terrorized my grandparents or my grandmother or my granddad was over fighting the war for these cracks. And so when they came back, you know, so a lot of people lost their homes, and that GI Bill, they didn't really want to pay them no money. But it's property that was from almost to Preston Road, where 635 is, all the way up to like Garland was owned by a black family, you know what I'm saying, of sharecroppers. And they owned that whole thing. And what they did was they sold it, but they, along with some, you know, white people, parsed out this piece of land called Hamilton Park. And I mean, the story just kind of rolls on from there. You had all of the doctors, lawyers, all of the uppity, you know, to live in Hamilton Park back then was like the lottery. You understand what I'm saying? So people wanted to live there and they didn't, you know what I'm saying? So we was kind of uppity and old bougie and stuff. And I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm glad to be a part of it. I love it. From that perspective, I love Hamilton Park. From that perspective.
That's why I like talking to Aziz, because he is always a plethora of information.
I mean, I got it.
He got it in there. He's one of them dudes that I'm talking about. You could, it's like a thesaurus, encyclopedia. Sit down and get knowledge from him.
Yes, sir.
So Hamilton Park is also known for being the home of the NEMESIS.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? I always want to make sure I give that respect.
1 to the 5th power.
Man, I always say that one line. Bumble.
Yes, baby.
Bumblebee, man.
Say, man, they walked on water when I was a kid.
Man, I told somebody, I said, man, when I was freshman in college, I thought it was no better rapper than Bumblebee and MCK Cole.
You better believe it.
Man, I said, man, these dudes are incredible.
Yes, sir.
They were, I mean, LL, Bumblebee.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt so strongly about it, man.
Yes, sir. I wanted to get signed to Relativity because of Bumblebee. You understand what I'm saying? Didn't really quite understand the whole split from Nemesis as a young kid.
Yeah.
But and Gino Def, aka MC Aziz,
my college roommate.
Hey man, I'm at their crib on Oberlin Drive every New Year's Eve eating black eyed peas because we done did Kwanzaa all day. Was the only black people I knew did Kwanzaa.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nigel, his mistress.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, hey, Tierra.
His mama was so cool.
Say, man, I learned really about being black on certain levels being up in their crib. Yeah. And then Knucklehead Anwar, who rapped in Starvin artist, he was a member. We all rapped together. So, and Aziz never looked out for us. But, we, you know, Hamilton Park, man, we had our roots, man. And it was a beautiful thing, man. It's like the Black Wonder years. You know what I'm saying? Living out there. I
used to love that show.
Absolutely.
So you coming up, how many siblings did you have?
It was me for a while and then my little sister. Okay. You know, so we got 8 years between each other. And
so big bro.
Yeah, I'm big bro. I lived in my own head for the majority of my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real with you. So my grandmother stayed right on the corner, right across the street from the elementary, like the epicenter. You know what I'm saying? Like literally right there in the 4-way street. Right. And man, I spent my days before Michael Jackson, but I used to wear this snow glove, just one. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And for the cars used to come by, baby, my pop locking game was on point. You heard me?
You still got some lock? You stole that from you?
Stole that from me.
I stole it from you.
Super tight exclusive.
Oh, that's what's up.
You said before Michael Jackson.
Before Michael Jackson. Yeah, I was out there. So,
Michael Jackson stole that from you.
He did, low key.
That's what I heard.
That's a rumor going around. Yeah.
Stole a lot from Dallas.
Indeed.
Yeah, man.
Indeed.
So, shout out to my man Robert Booth out of Singing Hills with the moonwalk.
Wow. Huh? Didn't know nothing about that.
You didn't know about that, did you?
I did not know.
At Singing Hills Recreation Center, Michael Jackson right there. Wow. What's it out? Oh, yeah, he was a ticking fool.
Ticking?
Oh. You know when pop locking was just...
I remember.
You remember when pop locking was... It was right before breaking. But popping would gather a crowd quicker than a fight.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Hamilton Park Elementary, where I went, the greatest elementary in the world.
Push it.
No, hands down. They went. My mama went. I went. Look, hands down. We would go to school in the morning, and I had a breaking partner named Michael Bullitt. Mike was like Turbo. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
And he ordered the breaking board that off TV that folded out. We get to school early.
Yeah.
Just to battle.
Up on his arm. Huh?
Yes. We are battling in front of the school. And man, that boy had skills, man. I was just really a hype man until we got to Thunderbird skating ring, and then it got real.
Oh yeah. Thunderbird.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
So
When did the music bug hit you?
Music buzz hit me at Hamilton Park Elementary. Again, you know, I was there when it happened, but when the baby called Rap was born, I was a little kid. You understand what I'm saying? I saw the baby born. We all celebrated when it did its first smile, when it turned over, when it learned to crawl, when it started to stand up. I was there for all of that.
Yes.
And yeah, man, I got my first set of turntables.
you fell in love with it right off the bat?
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
I was watching another interview, and I made the mistake of, because I ain't know no better, buying the realistic mixer without the crossfader.
Oh yeah.
I bought that straight from, because I had to have it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my scratching and stuff was up and down for a long time before I could afford the crossfader. But I got that and hooked it up to my mom, them stereo, and then my uncle Don gave me a turntable, which was a Panasonic wood grain, but it had the S arm.
Wood grain gripping.
It had the S arm and the 2 pitch knobs, so it was just like a 1200. And man, I went to see Run DMC, and then I came back at 2:00 in the morning from the concert. Talking about run. Yeah, I did that. And my first album that I bought was DJ Red Alert, because it had My Mic Sounds Nice on it. And I had to have that goddamn
My mic
song.
sounds nice. Check one.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and I've been a nut ever since,
Yeah.
literally. from
So
dancing.
elementary, what age was that? Elementary.
We
what
talking about 4th and 5th grade.
Ooh.
See, I was in 6th.
Yeah.
When we first heard Rapper's Delight, I was in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
And then it was Curtis Blow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think what really put the cement for the foundation was when I think it was Saturday Night Live. When Grandmaster Flash performed on there. They performed The Jungle. And everybody in the world saw that performance, bro. And it was like riveting. It was like, these boys ain't talking that hippity hip hop stuff. No, they got a message, man.
Right,
Broken glass everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what these niggas talking about? They drew such a vivid picture
Yeah.
that I was like, I was sold. I was sold off of These Are the Breaks. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what? My first real experience when I fell in love with it, Tom Joyner,
Yep.
K104, played Roxanne. Lost my mind.
Yeah.
I thought I was a devastating doc. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was a devastating doc. And that changed my life right there. The Roxanne song. UTFO, man.
UTFO was a hell of a group. I was a Houdini man myself.
Yes. I was there.
I'm gonna say Houdini was from that era.
Yes.
Houdini was mine.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? When they came out, I was like, oh, who these dudes with this back and forth? Of course, Run DMC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the music bug got you.
It got me. And then I was blessed by the All Hearted Death Party.
Talk about it.
Well, here's the thing. There was a time when I know everybody can record. You know, y'all do. I don't know how they get music, but we would literally sit there with our finger on the pause button.
On the pause button.
While it's in record.
Wait a minute, stop.
Yes, sir.
You're not doing it right.
Okay.
Because back then, you had to hit record and play.
Yes.
And pause.
Yes. My bad.
And pause.
Yes. And then you waiting to see what, you trying to catch that downbeat.
Yeah.
And Snake Big Al and Casanova Rock just blew my mind. And I just, I was never the same. Schoolie D, you name it. I was listening to everything because
Scholar Rock.
All right, say man. Listen, when you're there during the creation and you see, like I said, the baby learning how to walk and everything. Everything the baby do is great.
Yes.
Everything the baby do is great.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, the baby did this run and we didn't really like. No, the baby ran, crawled, fell, bumped his head. We were there. We loved every aspect of rap because you had so many people telling and doing so many different things that it was like a buffet. Like you could choose whatever you wanted to listen to. And they hit me with everything, man. I learned about being black. I learned about religion.
On All the Del Party?
And a KRS-One.
Oh, you talking about
the music?
Yes.
X-Clan and you name it. Like they were saying stuff and naming people that in my household, my parents just didn't talk about. They not talking about that. I come from a good slave stock. They is not. They don't want no trouble, mate.
No trouble.
No trouble around.
But I tell you what, rap back then really made a lot of rebels, didn't it?
It did.
It opened a lot out between X-Clan, Public Enemy. Who else would you say?
Sassy.
Oh my God.
Say, man. X-Clan?
That Chuck D though.
That Chuck D really went off, man.
That Chuck D, man. And then when Cube went over.
Oh yeah, when Cube did Lethal Injection, America's Most Wanted.
America's Most Wanted.
Say, man.
With the Shockleys.
Say, man. Life changed.
It changed for everybody. What would you say the first bad moment in rap was to you?
Bad moment.
Me negative.
Well, let's not say bad. Let's just say a hiccup.
Unfortunately, I probably would say Vanilla Ice.
Man, I knew you was going there. That was where I was going.
I'm gonna say Vanilla Ice. And at the time, we didn't realize it because, and I'm gonna tell a quick story. One time at Monopolies, he performed this before he blew up, and I was in the DJing, rapping, and dancing.
Yeah.
So me and my man Theo Lloyd. We thought we were Scoop and Scrap level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We show up to the scene with Casper Clientele, my man PM Dream. We dancing hard, and we did a show with Vanilla Ice because we dancing. I didn't really give a damn who was performing. But that right there opened up. It was like opening up Pandora's box. And at the moment, you didn't realize it. But then it was like, gotcha, bitch. And we danced to the song and we loved it, and then they realized, okay, we can actually do this without you. Yeah. And we can water it down. Yep. And we control the purses on how this stuff gets done. Yep. So all of them, I'm not a fan of the music industry, first of all. So all of them Ashkenazim, Jeffites, you know what I'm saying, Europeans, and how they control the industry, it's just it's sickening. You know what I'm saying? And I think we just have to take steps back and stop looking for the deal and start to figure out ways on making money and making music within our own circles and not really utilizing them because all they do is make us modern day slaves. But that was the first thing that came about. That was the first song that opened up the doorway because it was like he was a guinea pig, and they said, this does work. And they were just experimenting. Remember, X-Clan, you name all them groups, and you dealing with a race of people that run an industry, and now you got these groups talking cash shit about them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then they figured out we can still run the industry, decide who's hot, and I can get rid of all of those guys. Yep. I don't want to hear it. Yeah. I want to hear nothing they got to say. At all. And that's exactly what they did.
Was Third Base before them or after? Before Vanilla.
Well, they had been doing that, just not with hip hop.
Oh, you right.
Yeah.
Still our culture, our music,
the gentrification is ridiculous. Yeah. And for a deal, man, we sell our soul for a jelly roll, and then we go through the whole experience and then try to tell people not to do it, which is a very difficult thing. Yes. Because Badu used to do it to us all the time.
Don't sign.
Look, we out here struggling, making. She's like, "Oh, these my people. We on the road touring. She see us. What y'all doing here? We grinding. Yeah. Take us to the radio station, and we up in there, and these my people from Dallas, and everything is all good. And then we like, plug us. Yeah, y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want to be a part of this." And then she would say that, and then jump in her G-Wagon and drive off. So I'm in this motherfucker like, I want to jump in. Let me make my own decision.
Yeah, let me sample it.
But in reality, I thank her for that, because you know, we see what people go through. You know, the artists, you know, Prince and all of that. Like, nobody want to go through that, man. It's a game. They pimp us. They give us deals just to keep the money flowing amongst them.
Yep.
Whether it's the lawyer who's best friends with the A&R, they both need a certain amount of money. Everybody is getting paid, and you are the only one that has to pay it back.
Yep.
The lawyer makes his money. The A&R is going to make his money, and you owe all of their money.
Because they're the bank.
Yes.
They're the bank, and they lent you some money.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. And I don't want no parts of that. We got to figure out something else. So getting back to the section at hand, Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Yes.
I figured you was going to say that because that's where I was thinking as well.
Absolutely.
So, no.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Too cold. Shout out to Earthquake. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
yeah, shout out to the homie Earthquake for real. But so I remember one time it was probably the first urban hip hop magazine in Dallas.
Right.
It might have been the first urban hip hop magazine in the South.
I think it was. I think we sparked a lot. I think, yeah, we did. And this was right after a lot of that inspiration came from me being on the road with UGK.
Which was, y'all didn't say the magazine for those that don't know.
Let's talk about
history.
that.
Come on.
Starvin.
The name of that magazine was Starvin.
Yes.
It had a big impact on the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
It did. It was a bunch of guys, me, Mike B, James Shepard, Picasso, White Boy Kevin, and then just a plethora of people that came together that wanted to get down. We went to a concert at the Bomb Factory. It was De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, and Souls of Mischief. We enjoyed that concert so much that we immediately went back because we stayed all in the same apartment. Me, James, and Mike B. We went back and we just started writing about it. You know what I'm saying? We just started writing about that show. And then we said, man, let's just print it up on an 11 by 17, fold it, put Starvin at the top.
Yep.
Because I wanted to call a group Starvin Artists, but I don't think the magazine should be named that. So I did Starvin, and then we started handing it out, you know, because we just young. And next thing you know, people was like, man, when is the next issue coming
That's
out?
how it started.
We said, what? Yeah, the next issue. And next thing you know, you got Snoop, you got Outkast, you got Rally Boys, you got UGK. Yep. We doing everybody. And that really gave us the insight to the record industry. Because you had Billy Bowles, everybody, all of the distributors.
Shout out Billy Bowles.
Well, people in Dallas got to understand, Dallas is the Southwest regional headquarters for everything.
So
clothing, music, food, you name it. So all of the record labels was right there in the north.
So let's talk about this. With you saying that, I would say that's true more from a
consumer.
There you go.
Yes.
We are the consumers. We
are major consumers. In Dallas, if you want to break a record from, I don't care where you're from, you come to Dallas.
Yes.
And we're going to buy it and we're going to play it. And that's
but
how you
at the same time,
I know.
I was telling my wife and I were talking about this the other day. You remember going to shows in Dallas?
And
if you wasn't jamming,
say, man,
that crowd would be sitting up there like this,
arms folded,
and still
to this day,
yes.
And if you rock the crowd in Dallas, you can rock a crowd damn near anywhere.
We're going to get back to that later on in the story. I'm going to tell a story about
because that's true, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
And but also what ended up happening is that made your game like
step it up.
I mean, when we made show CDs and I mean, we had explosions.
Yes.
We had cuts. You couldn't just come in there and say, play track one.
No,
no, sir.
No. You had to be a station.
No, you had to look like you was about to go on right before Run DMC at the Rap Fest.
Especially us in the South.
Definitely.
I mean, because when those guys came down, they came down with the big chains.
Everything.
The hats.
Yes, sir.
Everything you saw them with on whatever video channel was out at that time, MTV or whatever. They showed up with it with the tennis shoes with no laces.
Everything.
And I was like, man, them dudes got it. All the leather.
Yes.
I want to live in New York. You know what I'm saying? New York is the Mecca.
Absolutely.
It made you feel like that, but then we had to get our own pride.
We had to. We had to, man. And I'll say this.
Shout out Nemesis.
All day. I'll say this. The guys that were exported from New York that came to Dallas in the South, I hated every last one of them. When they moved to Dallas, all they said, "Oh man, that's son, that's not real rap, son. Yo, that's not rap, that's not hip hop, B. Yo, nah, that's trash." I hated them niggas. You know what I'm saying? We boxed them boys on more than one occasion. You know what I'm saying? They got slid a couple times. You know what I'm saying? With some old take that back to New York type of thing. But I learned when I went to New York, I said, that's why they shipped you niggas out of here, because they didn't like y'all either.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they loved us.
There's some cool niggas in New York. Yeah.
They loved us.
Oh, yeah.
New York was like, yeah, go to Dallas.
Yeah.
Quit hating us out.
Yeah. I love my New York experience, but just being down here and having some pride within ourselves, man, and everything that we had to fight and claw and just look at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We over here.
Yeah, talent shows. We had to do talent shows. We doing all kind of just stupid stuff.
Pay to rap.
Oh man,
I didn't, but I know a bunch of people who did.
Yes, to get into a show. Oh man, I never did that either. I never did that. And then
People still do that.
You got to deal with your rap partner uncle who wanted to be the manager, and oh my God.
Oh Lord,
please help us.
People still doing that too.
Oh my God,
and
stop it.
I think that's probably one of the biggest problems in Dallas. We did have all the labels.
Yeah.
We didn't really have no lawyers and stuff like that down here.
No, we didn't. We didn't. And there were the guys who were here on a regional level, they were strictly in the sales capacity. So they were selling so many units, it wasn't a priority for them to be looking for no artist.
But that baffles me that why, because I look at somebody like Teddy Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Riley ain't from Virginia, but he posted up in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why we didn't get somebody like L.A. and LaFace? They're not from Atlanta.
That's true.
But they posted. Atlanta wasn't like that until they showed up.
That's real talk.
I'm just thinking, why couldn't we have had one? It would have only taken one.
Yeah.
One person to come here and just say, okay, they're going to buy it.
Well,
we got the consumers right here. Let's give them some product.
Well,
we did. We had Tommy Quan.
Oh my God, Ichiban. But when you thirsty, you don't know no better. You want that Ichiban. You trying to scratch that Ichiban, boy. Right. How many people scratch that Ichiban? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
They made it look good.
They did.
They made it look great. I mean, they got the white boy out there.
So quite a few then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you think about it, there was nobody out there doing it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, up at Monopolies, they, like you said, they was at City Lights.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I remember all that. And they had the white boy just doom.
But here's the thing. Everything always turned into a money grab. That's where it always ends up going. And I say that in reference to certain established groups. They would keep putting out albums. It was just a upfront money grab. They had no intention on really selling no albums.
Give me an example. Give me one album.
One of it's a plethora of.
Give me one notable one that you can. So the followers and the fans can be like, okay, I remember that. He's speaking facts.
One of those Nemesis albums. This is back when Rest in Peace Big Al was here.
Okay.
And it was almost like we never actually end up seeing or hearing the album. Like it would come out, and then it would disappear. So it would just be a deal. It'd be somewhat of a money grab, and then.
Oh, you mean the Big Al Nemesis album when he didn't have Snake or
in the
late 90s.
Yeah, it wasn't none of them on there. And, it just wasn't, it was like, why? It almost just felt like a money grab.
I was there when it happened.
Those who were there, that's what they just basically tell me. Like, we got this upfront money, and then that was it.
Yeah.
There was nothing else.
Well, when we walked into get our deal with the Big Al Bobo album, with Already on there.
Yeah.
And as soon as they saw him
and
knew who he was,
yeah,
that Big Al and Bobo, even though Already was ringing, they must have asked him 2-3 times, "What's up with Nemesis?" What's up with Nemesis? And I think one time, in fact, I know this how one time he just went down there without me. And the rest is history.
I mean, when the money is there, and
we'll give you X amount of dollars because they were writing big checks.
And here's the other thing, and this is when I go back to what I said earlier. A lot of times, the people that are within the industry, they don't care if you are even going to sell not one album.
No.
They say, okay, where can I get an artist that is established? So no one's going to question why I'm doing this deal with him.
Yeah.
And this deal going to net me $65,000 on top of what I'm already making.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what, and I think that certain artists knew that, but damn, you expect them to turn down the money?
No, especially at that time. You
couldn't turn it down.
Yeah, they couldn't. I mean, you write that big check and slide that big check over there.
Yes.
And you broke. That slave mentality will come right on out of you.
Yeah, let me get that.
Let me get that because I need that now. I'm indebted to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over and over again. So yeah.
So Starvin came on Starvin because I heard you say something. You wanted to have a rap group, Starvin Artists.
Yeah.
And then it became a rap group called Starvin Artists. Were they ever affiliated? Because a lot of people question that. In my head, I question that.
When you say who affiliated?
Was Starvin Artists affiliated with
the magazine Starvin?
Well, we were Starvin Artists, which was me, Picasso, Swiss, Anwar. We were the Starvin Artists. Then there was another group that came out later.
Young Muhammad and
them.
Yes.
And at first I was, like, no, you can't do that. And then I was like, I don't care. So they weren't affiliated. They did their thing. But at first, when you're young and you got that testosterone.
Oh, you hot.
Yeah, you hot. And now I'm
being nice now.
But then I'm like, I've already moved on. We don't even do Starvin magazine anymore. Why am I tripping?
Yeah.
And all I can say is great minds think alike.
Okay.
So if you thought of that, that's only a testament to my greatness. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. You must have had a great idea.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yes.
So on to the next move. What happened after Starvin magazine?
Starvin magazine, when that fizzled out, and it fizzled out because it got too big. So we started bringing in all these big wigs. And when you start bringing in big wigs and big money, they schedule ain't like ours. And then, we're going to wait. We're going to drop this. And we doing photo shoots with Jodeci and, all that. We just doing too much.
Yeah.
And then after a while, people get, they just move on. And they got other interests that, spark.
Yeah.
And then it just fizzled. So after that, I leave Arlington, the Mecca 817, which is a name I came up with. And
that was you that came up with that.
I came up with that strictly because I'm from Hamilton Park and I'm used to yelling something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm from HP. But Arlington just didn't really.
It didn't have it.
It didn't have it. And that got a lot of them young guys beat up.
About the Mecca?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. Did you see the...
I saw that.
You saw that. Okay.
Yeah. I saw that. So, and there was a lot of boxing going on up in the Bomb Factory and in Deep Ellum behind that. But
y'all think y'all the Mecca, huh?
Yeah. How y'all gonna call us? I said, people, man, we so bored. So after that, I came back to the hood. I came back to Hamilton Park and formed a group with Bumblebee. So I got to be with Bumblebee, G22X. How can I divide myself into 1 million me's and be the only dope MC?
Yes.
That's my man John. You know what I'm saying? That's his government name.
John who? Harris?
I don't remember his last name.
What's his name now?
Minaj.
My guy.
Yes, sir.
Already.
J Baby, and then Pay Up, which is Lil Mel, which is Melrose little brother.
What was J Baby doing?
Huh?
J Baby was rapping?
Rapping, baby.
My J Baby?
J Baby.
Wait a minute.
J Baby.
So what was
from
this group?
Skyline.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my J Baby.
Yeah.
What's the group?
Blue Room Junkies.
Blue Room Junkies.
Oh.
Yeah, we're the Blue Room Junkies, man, and that was a great experience. I got to work with one of my all-time favorite people in the world, which was Bumblebee.
I bet.
So that was cool. And then after that, I ran into a young guy that was so great by the name of Daryl Allenby, a.k.a. D-Light, 5,000 watts, 2,000 watts. And I ran into him, and then he got me in with you know who, because they had UKW pagers right off of 75, and that's where the studio was. So it was me and D-Light. And then I brought in Peanut and Cho and all the youngsters and Stretch and Swiss, and we started doing things. And then D-Light got a deal. Let me say this real quick. I'm gonna look into the camera and say this.
Oh yeah.
Look.
It's you.
D-Light, you're one of the greatest keyboardists of all times.
Yes, sir.
Do not take my anger from a 22 and a 23-year-old to who I am now. Because when he got the deal,
You was
You felt some kind of way?
yeah, I thought we got the deal.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize, and I realized this years later, but he had already a whole bunch of stuff going on. You understand what I'm saying?
When you met him?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I met him. So he had stuff going on, and I had a clothing store. I'm grinding. And then he was like, hey, man, he called me. He said, man, I got a deal. I said, we got a deal? He said, no. He said, no, I got a deal, but don't worry, man, I'm going to break you off. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, cool, that never happened. I was real salty because when you're young, the first thing you think is, this was my moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're young and you think this is my moment, and now you want to fight and shoot up the club.
Yep.
But over the years, I was just like, I just got over it, and then I recognized the great things he did, and I just want to put that on camera.
That's beautiful.
But when I tell the story, just like when you watch the NWA movie, when you watch that scene, they fighting.
Yeah.
But then later on, Easy gets sick, they sad.
Yeah.
When I tell that part of the story, I'm mad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I tell it, people run back and say, man, he was mad at you and he said he was gonna whoop you. I said, man, that was that one scene of the movie. You know what I'm saying? We've grown up, and that's I know we don't talk, but I just have to let him know. I just have to let him know that he's very successful, man. And since I had the ability to work with somebody so good, because it upped my game. Yeah. I didn't even know what that little thing at the end of the keyboard was until I met him. You know what I'm saying? Because he did like he was on the keys was so icy.
Yeah.
And so I learned that from him. I learned I spent hours on the phone with Pimp C talking nothing but ASR 10. You understand what I'm saying? Super megged out, output expander. He gave me game on how to really use, because I wasn't doing nothing but sampling. Yeah. I had sampling drum kits. He was like, no, man, you need to get you a guitar and have that boy plug in, man, and just record his whole thing, just straight through. And then just like I was like, you can do that? He was like, yeah, man. Then I chop it up. And I remember on the phone, we was on the phone one night, just real quick, Pimp C moment. And then he was like, check this out, man. He said, don't you know it ain't nothing but smooth slanging tonight? Yeah. You can have a quarter key, or a five, or a dime. Yeah. Hey, man, I said, ooh. That right there.
Couldn't get it cleared.
Say, man, I start singing almost everything after that. You know what I'm saying? We started to expand, and it was all those experiences, and I think all of this builds up to the Slump movement. But then after that, I went and I worked for Snake. I was really like his Padawan. You know what I'm saying? He was the master, and it was Snake Pit Studios, and that's how I learned how to mix.
Over there on Forest Lane?
Yes, sir. Off Forest Lane. Had the big vault door.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm up in there with my favorite person, may he rest in peace, William Spotwood, was the greatest person in life. This dude, when I didn't have no money, nothing to eat, you understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make it. William Spotwood looked out for me all the time. Man. Love that dude, man. And may he rest in peace. But you can't find people like that,
you can't,
man.
Bro. That was my brother.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Man, it touched a nerve when I just...
2016 was a bad year.
Whew, man.
I remember like it was yesterday.
Yes, sir. I just saw him. We had the same doctor. And that's the first time I saw him in the wheelchair, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah. So then I went from Snake, and then after Snake, I went into management. I was like, I ain't rapping no more, because a group came out called Outkast, and they sounded just like me and my man Swiss, but except they beats was killing ours. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't even hang with them.
Yeah.
So I started rapping, went into management, found this group called Squad X, which was some underground gods, lyrical geniuses. And they were so deep. That's when I met Massive.
Where are they from?
Oh, man. They was from Dallas, but they was from like all over the Metroplex.
How many members was it?
Squad.
It looked like Wu-Tang or something?
Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Man. And all of them was freestyle champions. And it was just the dopest thing I had seen in a long time out of here. And so did that with them. I started getting them shows and getting them real money. And you want to see shit fall apart when $5 come through the door?
Man, every time.
Every time. Like it's a nigga gene. It's in us and it explodes as soon as $5 walk in.
We gonna leave that in 2022.
Please. Please.
Dang.
So they fell out. And then it was Massive. And then Massive asked me to be on a song with him and Alchemy Jones, a.k.a. Baby Doll. And that's when I came up with that lyric that mentioned my seed, Talib Dean, is what I'm rhyming for.
Yeah.
And we was all in Hamilton Park. And
he said, well, my
yes,
song.
Exactly. So we was all in Hamilton Park and we did that song. And this is how Slump started.
I'm waiting on it. I'm hearing you.
Okay.
I know that's where you're going.
That song. I let everybody in the hood hear it. Everybody in the hood heard the song. Sitting on back, backpack, incense and that's in my Cadillac. And it was hot. Everybody was like, oh my God, this is nice, man. Y'all boys is flowing, man. I'm saying, my nigga, dog, say dog. They was flowing, But they said, man, y'all need to go, be traveling. But we wasn't getting the love. So I said, let me do something right quick. I slowed it down.
Yep.
Took it back to the same people. Lost their damn minds. They went ape shit. You hear me?
Yeah,
they lost their minds. And then I looked at Massive. He looked at me.
Got something.
Got him.
Where's Massive now?
Massive is in Atlanta, man, doing big things. He runs a rigging company. So when I don't mean trucks, I mean for like the movies. So they bring in the lines. He's actually been working on season 1, 2, and 3 of BMF.
Okay.
So his company is doing that. They do all the lights, all the sound on set.
Okay.
So he's doing big things, man. Proud of him. Maybe. It's crazy how we jump into
there's going to be a season 3.
Oh my goodness.
That's Ugg right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's out there doing that. So then, like I said, we did that song. And then Swiss Stretch came over to the Massive's crib because he moved to Hamilton Park. So I had to bring everybody in the hood. Mm-hmm. So and Starbucks was in the hood also. He was one of our main producers, DJs, Supreme Grand Slump Master. So we over there, we get this beat. I go in the booth, and then I just freestyle. I love Bentleys, big Benzes, 20 inches, 22s, Navigators on chrome shoes, Yokohama low pros like super glue, stick to the road no matter what I do. So when I went and I hit this freestyle, Massive went in after me, killed it. Swiss and Stretch was sitting on the couch. They just, they went in, bam. Then next thing you know, William Coleman, my man, Slump Murder, a.k.a. Verbs. And that was the first original, Slump song. And then at that point, boom, it blew up. We called all the homies. Yep. So you gotta understand. I'm a marketing genius.
Yep.
Marketing is what I do.
Yep.
I knew that if we did this and it was strictly Hamilton Park, we would get nowhere. Mm-hmm. We would be loved on Campanella, Schroeder Road, and
I think it's a Campanella.
Yeah, and that's it. Maybe Dandridge, and you know what I'm saying, on one of them streets.
I went down to Benares.
Yes, sir. And that's it. So I said, you know what? We're going to call Jaws, Paul, Low Key, then my Oak Cliff boys. Alizé, we're going to call, Classic, Pleasant Grove. We started calling our people that we knew from all over the DFW.
Yeah.
My man MD from Arlington Park. We're going to call all them and invite them over and say, hey, man, we got the beats. The hottest lyrics stay. The whack lyrics go.
There you go. Jam it or damn it.
And that was it. And next thing you know, this is a funny little sidebar. Definition DJs, Drop.
Yep.
Drop told me a story that I didn't know. Drop said, hey, man, y'all was doing tryouts and stuff. He said, I came. I wanted to be down with Slump.
There was a lot of people over there that day.
Say, man, it looked like
I remember that day.
making the band.
I remember that day.
So he comes, he said, man, didn't nobody give me no love or nothing. And what I explained to him was, we did you a favor. We did you a favor because you went and did Definition DJs.
Did your own thing.
You did your own thing. You weren't meant to be up under us. You know what I'm saying? You a boss.
Yeah, you're a chief.
Yeah, you run things. You're not under the wing of nothing. Yeah. And he's gone on to do great things. So when he told me that story, I didn't feel bad. I just said, man, we did you a solid because there was a lot going on. And like I said, it just kind of blew up. And our whole marketing scheme was, when we're done, whoever makes it, you'll make the cut when the CD's done. That's how you find out.
That's how you find out.
And then what you can come and do is you can come and you can get a spool of CDs. I put my own money. So everybody that's on there got 100 CDs. I said, man, this is yours. Take it to your hood. Sell it. Make the money.
That's it.
So now you hot in Pleasant Grove or you hot in Oak Cliff, but they have no idea who Big Aziz from Hamilton Park is. But when they finished that CD, everybody knew. Everybody from everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just kind of spiraled and kept going. And the goal was to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to make this money.
Yeah.
So let's get you in a position to make the money. And it just kept going. And then when we did the Kappa, it was over. We did Kappa Beach. The biggest genius plan I had ever come up with at that time.
What year was that?
2K2. Went down to Kappa. Said before we went, I said, man, we can't burn enough CDs for the Kappa. It's impossible. We don't have a budget like that. But I just did a tour with as a marketing manager for Mountain Dew, and we had this FedEx truck that was wrapped with Mountain Dew and the source.
Yep.
And it had turntables in it, but it had a radio tower where you can broadcast. So we would do events, and it had a 10-mile radius for Mountain Dew. I said, man, look, I called my boss, said, hey, man, where did we get that? He gave me the information. I ordered it. Went down the week before the Kappa just to be on the seawall. Turned on the radio trying to find an empty station. Found one. Came back to Dallas. Printed up shirts and signs. Went down there with an RV. And it was over with from there. We had people walking through because it's traffic. You ain't doing nothing but stuck in the car.
Yeah, you're stuck in traffic.
And all we doing is walking down, said, tune in to whatever the frequency was. And you could hear all the Slump, all the good songs. You could cuss. We had freestyle competitions. People could call in on their Prime Co phones, and we had them live on the radio. That's when you hear people say, "Is it, we on the? Oh shit, I'm on the radio. I can cuss on the radio." It was like, hell yeah, you can cuss. So labels was bringing artists through because they saw us and they were trying to promote. I remember what's that? It's the Ghetto Jam. Is about to slam and Domino. Domino came through. Labels was looking for us because they wanted to promote their artists. And we did that for 48 hours straight, nonstop. Mr. Long, Script, everybody held it down. B.Y., Jaws, Paul, you name it. Everybody held it down. And our website crashed after that. SlumpSouth.com. We still got it. Hit us up. SlumpSouth.com crashed because everybody went and started to download stuff. And then it took off. And then we did a remix for Nappy Roots. And then me and Massive did a song, and it got picked up, and it's in the movie You Got Served, King's Ransom, Vegas Bachelor Party, Dude, Where's My Car 2? The same song is in 5 movies. So we still getting royalties off of that.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so we just...
What's the name of that song, Aziz?
It's called Fire Clap. We didn't even want to do it.
Them be the ones.
We didn't want to do the song. We was like, we don't want to do this, and we did what we thought was BS. We did it in 30 minutes from finish to beginning to finish. And then that's the one that took off, and that one has had us paid ever since.
I'm going to say this. I just thought about something. Because she said something.
Go ahead.
It's always that last song.
Yeah.
The one you don't put a lot of thought in.
Yep.
Don't care about.
That's the one they want to dumb down the masses with.
Yes. Yep. It's literally Simon Says, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Our song is Simon Says.
Let's give him this. Let's give him this 1, 2, 3, 4 rap.
Right. And that's the one that took off.
Yeah, we don't want no more of that broken glass. We don't want no more of that.
No, they didn't want that Black Space Righteous because that's what we was coming with. You know what I'm saying? We got down that Black Space Righteous is how me and Massive was hitting it as a group. And they loved it. Mike Karen, I don't know who you know who that is, from Atlantic Records. He signed T.I. and everybody. So they had offered us a deal, and we was up at Atlantic, and then that's how we met Nappy Roots and everything. And then Master, we went in the studio. Master stole the CD, Nappy Roots CD, out the studio. Took it back to the hotel, slumped and dumped it. Took it back to the studio the next day, and then they cut us a check and they put that single out, Slumped and Dumped. So it was, man, we had some, it was some crazy shit.
Hey, man.
That's some crazy shit.
So what happened after? So we talking, how long of a run did Slump have, first of all?
It's only like about two years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we talking about 04.
Yeah. 04, that's when things, in typical black folks fashion, things fell apart.
The boogie movement hit.
Yeah. Things fell apart. Massive and I started to get a certain level of notoriety as the Slump Masters, but everybody that was original was Slump Masters. So it was like, how y'all the Slump Masters, but we all Slump Masters. And me and Master was like, well, because we created it. And that kind of had a fallout. And we was touring, we was on the road. I was doing MC battles. And in my absence, a lot of things fell apart. And then it just became industry. You know what I'm saying? We became industry cats. We wasn't underground no more. And
that's why they want you.
And then when me and Mass fell out, which I regret, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing I dislike about music is it always make me fall out with people that I really care about and love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I be wishing that we never did this rap thing. Mm-hmm. Like, man, why couldn't we have?
It's just like loaning money.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. So I did my own thing. I dropped the Bro Mitzvah, and then I did the Source Unsigned Hype.
I love it.
MC Battle Championship, and I won that at the Source Awards in 04. Wow. I murdered everybody across the country. Benzino flew me out there, and I just killed all them dudes. And that was cool. And then I did the Welcome to Slumpville project with Uptight, Classic, and my man Soul. And we got features, 6'2". It was one of the greatest projects that I ever did because at that time I was getting some of the best beats. I didn't have to beg nobody to do nothing. People was dying to get on the song.
Submitting beats.
Yeah, and then that was it. But by then I was really kind of disgruntled with the music game, and a lot of people offered me Blue, which was Outkast's manager and one of Jay-Z producers, took me up to New York, and he was like, I'm going to sign you and give you a chain. I'm going to buy you a house and a car. And I was like, I got this Civic. I live in Hamilton Park. Yeah. I don't wear jewelry, but you can give me that bread, though.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, this guy don't want to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even give me my flight back home. I just had to get back to the crib. That's how salty it was. But it was cool, though, because I was my own man. I was like, man, they wanted to go to the we're going to go to the club and buy out the bar. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying to myself,
on your dime. Because you got to pay that back.
I'm like, I got kids at home.
Yeah.
I said, no, we're not going to do anything like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, what we are going to do, you can run me to that McDonald's right there, and whatever you was going to throw up in the club, you can hand that to me. We can go to the studio, and I'm going to catch this flight back to the crib. And if you can't do that, then there's no need for us to have a conversation because I'm not a fool, man. I'm not down with that. And after that, I just said, man, forget it.
Aziz, you too smart for them.
Yeah, I was like, forget it, man.
Way too smart. They want that dumb nigga.
They gotta have it. And I turned down the money, and I just started hooking people up. I hooked up with my man iRock, and he was from the West Coast. He moved to Mesquite, and he produced Gangsta's Paradise.
Ooh.
He lives here.
What's his name again?
iRock. Yeah. So he produced that. He lived here, and he had a plug to do television shows and movies and stuff like that. So we did with Cho and Peanut again. We just doing stuff for TV shows.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? $6,000 check, $8,000 check. Yeah. And for 20 seconds. So I was working with them, just doing a bunch of writing. Then I just started putting people on. And my life has been putting people on, man. I don't know if you know King from Royal Court, one of the best producers I had ever witnessed and ever known in existence. Mm-hmm. He stayed here. He lived in an apartment in Oak Cliff. and he had this infamous 50 beat CD that Kanye couldn't touch.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard it, I'm just giving it to whoever I could, and I end up hooking him up, flying out, and then he produced Icebox. Omarion Icebox. He did a whole bunch of stuff. He's still here in the city. He's dope, man. And shout out to Greg London. Without you,
Funky Fingers Greg.
I would have not made
the original Funky Fingers.
Let me tell you something. The best kept secret. Only those that know about Greg. But if you wanted to make something funky with a bass, he pull out the bass. Hey. Now let me get the electric. Let me put that in.
Who introduced you to him?
Snake.
Snake Pit.
I was in the studio.
Motherfucker, boy, Greg can sit out in that chair.
Sit in the chair. Yes. And I say, Greg, I'm gonna play the beat. You just run.
Where the hell is Greg London?
Oh man, he probably putting in some stereos.
That boy used to put Alpine. What was the name of that place on Greenville? Alpine or something begin with A.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that was Snake when he got the Apple. He was first brother in Dallas.
Yeah.
With a knob. With the epicenter.
Yes.
With everybody was like, what is that?
Yes, sir.
They put insulation all in Snake doors.
Yes.
To where, back then your license plate would vibrate. Snake didn't. Snakes didn't. And it was quiet on the inside of the outside. You could hear it on the outside of the car.
Yeah.
But when you opened that door, it was like thunder coming out that hole, man.
Yes,
they were putting real systems in people's cars back then.
Yeah. So Greg,
shout out Greg London.
Greg London, man, made my stuff great. And that was really after the Pimp C thing. It was Pimp C taught me that. I found Greg. And that's kind of how it all made sense. And working with Snake, it was good, man. Everything just kind of culminated to doing Slump. And then I was writing for a bunch of, Ben and Skin.
Yes, I used to be on 105.3 The Fan. Yes.
Right. So I wrote some of Ben's album because he went to Berkner.
I heard them say they went out to, okay.
Yes.
So you knew him when he was younger?
Yeah, when we was in high school and stuff. So DJ A1, that was my DJ in high school. So working with him, and I'm just doing a bunch of writing. You know what I'm saying? King, when he got on, and he started doing stuff for Ice Cube and everything, people will repay me back by saying, hey, got an artist, come in, got a beat, and I wouldn't do nothing but go to the studio and write hooks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They just drop the bread, I'm out the door. You know what I'm saying? Come back next week, got somebody else. Drop the bread, write the hook.
Oh, ghostwriter. So you can't drop no name because you
can't really do that. I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
But just doing that, man, and really just being a genius, man. Borderline insanity, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you worked with me, you know it. If you haven't, you missed out because I probably ain't never going to get back in it. But I'm a genius, man. It's not a lot of us. And I thank Massive for taking a chance because he was a backpack underground rapper. And I convinced him. I said, man, you need to slow it down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You need to simplify what you're saying so people can understand it. Yeah. If they got to pull out a thesaurus to understand your rap, then that's a problem. And he's the only one that would do it at first, but he
told him to dumb it down.
But he was the one who influenced everybody else.
Okay, gotcha.
He was the leader. You know what I'm saying? And when he did that, he went from Massive to Mr. Massive up. Booyah!
Yeah.
Game's over.
Oh, that boy was cold.
Say, man, you can't, freestyle battles, you name it, we did it all. We had a blast. And,
You still got it?
Oh, I can kill people in a minute.
You still got it, Aziz.
It's all in the moment.
He still got it.
Hey, right.
Uh-oh.
This dude here used to be one of the best freestylers around this camp, bro. You hear me say used to?
Yes.
I'm trying to wire him up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wire him up.
Go to 8 Mile, they know me. Go to Devil Doors in Chicago, they know me. Go out there, where is that? In Buckhead, at two of them clubs. I used to just travel around and battle. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. And when nobody beating me. And it was just good. You know, people don't have vocabularies. And I came from a era where KRS-One told me I need to read and I need to have vocabulary. Yes. So the vocabulary aspect was killing people, and I didn't need punchlines. I didn't need nothing premeditated. I just need to look at you and let the beat ride, and I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? And it was that on site. So that's what's up, man. I'm loving it. I'm a parent. I got a business, Print Bully Inc. We got slumpsouth.com. If you want any album of Slumps, I'm talking about Volume 1, Slumpology, Slumped Out. Let me see. Lord of the Screens, when we got into it with DSR.
Talk to me. Give me that story. Come on.
Say, man, we minding our own business. We did an interview.
That's what everybody said.
Exactly.
We minding our own. What had happened
was
we was minding our own business.
And we did an interview, and we was talking about somebody else, not DSR. We was like, man, these boys, man, always trying to rap like they from Houston. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, these boys, y'all ain't from Houston, y'all from Dallas. Somebody took that, and next thing you know, we hear, man, I'm close like Flip and Hump. When I see a nigga, I'm going to shoot all the slump and dump. Tom, I cause a fucking disaster. I'm going to pull an AK on the block of all the slump masters. When that guy we got wind of that. Say, man.
That came out?
Yeah. They dropped that, and they had no idea the shit that they were stepping in. Because it was lyrically, though. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. Because I like them. I loved the hustle. I loved everything about that. And they had their lane, but lyrically they couldn't hold us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Stretch came out and he said, I get money like The Rock, and I don't mean the fella. I mean hard and slightly yellow. Can you smell what I'm cooking? And those two lines, he went from crack to Rockefeller Records to The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Can you smell what I'm cooking? And it just went into a snowball of the dopest lyrics that you've ever heard in your life. And that Lord of the Screens was amazing. And so I didn't really care about the beef thing.
How long did it last?
Huh?
How long did the beef last?
I don't really know, to be honest.
After that, it was over?
I'm gonna say yes, because we never really crossed paths.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which was a good thing. And one thing I realized is they didn't know exactly who we were as individuals.
Yeah.
Because I sat in a circle with them and they didn't know. Cap from the Bomb, thank you for believing in us and putting our stuff in your store. What's my man Yaki? And Simo, may Simo rest in peace. Man, I don't want to forget anybody. Eargasm Records and Peanut again came through. I love all you guys, man. And Mr. Blues, everybody came, and rallied around us. And remember how we was talking and you said when people hear your music in Dallas and they stand like this? We did our first Slump show, and this when CDs was out there, and I didn't know what to expect. So we rhyming. We on stage. We at Palm Beach.
Oh yeah.
In Deep Ellum. We on stage rhyming.
Sunday night?
I don't remember what night. We rhyming, and then we see girls and guys, and we looking at each other, and we like, they're singing our lyrics. So when you on the stage and you rhyming and you can do this.
Yes, you got them.
And they bust your whole lyric. Got them. That's when we looked at each other. Got them. And we knew we had something that night. Because to do it is one thing, but we didn't know how we were going to be accepted. And we got accepted in a major way. It was a beautiful look. And shout out to Willie Fresh also.
Shout out.
One of my all-time favorite people in the world. He looked out for me when I had COVID, let me stay at his apartment because I didn't want to get my family sick. And he looked out for me, and thank you for that. So, but yeah, we did that thing, man, and we just did a bunch of touring, but we are the most famous people that nobody from home really knows. I go to the A, know me.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why we doing this.
Yeah, got to. And I thank you. I thank you. So slumpsouth.com, Bobo, man. And I like to thank Danny Slim. I don't know if you remember, that's road manager for UGK, because he the one who let me get down with him. and said, "Come on the road," and we doing this thing so I could throw out "Scratch Me on My Booty" t-shirts when I was 19.
Yeah.
Because I was that dude on stage throwing them shirts out. And he would always call me where they were, and we would make our way there. And I befriended Chad and Bun. And Bun was real cool. Chad was a jerk at first. And then after a while, Pimp became cool because he realized, nigga got mad. You going in a little too hard, Pimp. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "No, man, I'm just fucking with you, man. You my boy. But you do look like Stevie Johnson. Stevie Johnson, man." And shout out to Crook and Bird and, DJ Bird and everybody, man.
It was Crook.
Yeah, it's a good look, man. And that changed my life. And I don't think people realize what they do in the moment. I could have been a passing face that they never really would remember.
Yeah.
But it set me on a path to, I saw guys my age doing the damn thing. And I said, I wanted to do it without complaining about Big Russ having cherry oak wood furniture and we ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's all I used to hear. Man, Big Russ got cherry oak wood cabinets and furniture in his room.
He bought his bitch a brand new bed.
Yes, exactly. So, man, it was just good. And all of that came together, man. And I'm just thankful for my experiences, and hopefully the sacrifices wasn't too much because I was gone a lot when they was kids.
Yeah.
And, little bitty. But when I stopped and when I decided to stop, I literally smothered their life.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Did you start coaching or something?
Yeah, I started a youth, the Hamilton Park Legacy Youth Sports Program. And then from there, I made that for them because they was a part of a team. And I was like, I was an athlete and I was cold. And I said, the coaches, you boys is trash. I said, y'all can't coach. Did y'all play football?
Yeah.
And I told one coach, I said, man, after the game, I said, man, look, bro, I'm going to need you to stop coaching. You can't coach no more. And the president came and said, you ain't going to tell him he can't coach. I said, you know what? You're right. Deans, I take that shit off right now. We dropped it. I went to the crib, started writing up a plan. Next year, I came with my own organization. 2 years later, we had over 100 kids, cheerleaders, and everything. And that's when I bumped into Willie Drew. Then I ended up starting my own league. And man, I'm Forrest Gump of rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I bump into stuff and it just turns out great. And I've just been blessed with that. And then, being a father, I just wanted them to be great. You know what I'm saying? And both of them got scholarships.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? He ran track, got a scholarship. He played for Georgetown Hoyas football.
Right now.
And that's right now. And you know what I'm saying? I'm batting 1,000.
Now, you do know you're not quite done with music yet.
That's the rumor that's going around, but
You're not. You still he's still waiting on his song.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. You know what? When he make it to that certain plateau and he get that signing bonus, we can record all day long.
Are you going to the league,
He
man?
didn't have to have a sign-on bonus to get his song. He didn't have to have a sign-on bonus to get his song.
Because I was broke and we was broke together.
Yeah,
I was the same boat.
He was Gugu out here. My first boy right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, with your chest poked out. So, yeah, man, that's really it, man. And Uptight,
man,
I can't say enough.
I need to get that Uptight phone number. I promised him. I promised. He's in my top 2 MCs in Dallas.
All day long.
Him and Blowfly.
Let me tell you something.
They're my 2 favorites.
When I did the Welcome to Slumpville project, which is the dopest, I literally wanted rappers that I was fans of.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm a fan. I believe that they are better than me. You understand? That's how I look at it. And I don't have no issue with that because I feel like nobody is better at entertaining than me. You can be a better rapper, but you can't rock a crowd like I can.
Yeah.
So, but he was one of the best lyricists that I know. Slick Mouth, one of the best lyricists. And my man Classic, who I love to death. He get on my nerves, but one of the best rappers of all time in the DFW. And I thank D.O.C. For having his input on that, and it was just a great look, man.
Shout out to the doc.
Goody Ray.
Yes. About to say.
Oh man.
Shout out Goody Ray.
Yeah.
No, that's Goody Ray cousin.
Oh, that's what's up. Hey. So Goody Ray and the whole crew, man. I thank y'all for being a part of it. I just want to just show my appreciation because nobody had to do what they did. And we were just some dudes with a dream.
I didn't make the cut.
What you talking about?
I made the cut on the first album.
No, I'm just playing.
I don't know. I got a CD with me on it,
Yeah.
but I don't think I made the cut.
Nah.
I mean, you don't make them all.
You got in the booth?
Yeah, I got the CD right now.
Man, I got to go back and listen. Because I know you own it.
Yeah, I'm on there, I think, but I don't know if I made the cut.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
I got a burnt CD with your handwriting on it say Slump.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
I might need to get that.
No. That's gonna be worth something.
Yeah, it is. You're right about that. You're right
I
about
take a
that.
picture of it when I get home. I
That's
show it
what's
to
up.
you.
Script, I love you, man. Script, massive Starbucks, and his daughter, Kia, that boy Paul's son, Jaye to the chef. Because we got Slump Masters who've had kids, and their kids are dope.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? They in their early 20s. My man Banami, killing the game. Cedric, no worries, killing the game. My man Script son, everybody is, I mean, they are dope. They dope, man. And my boys was wanting to, but I was like, no. I do not want y'all in the game.
No. Stay with that football, homie.
Stay with that. Yeah.
Stay with that football.
They had their microphones.
Y'all got my two favorite sports right there. Track and football.
Yes.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, man. I don't want them in the game. So I mean,
Just don't have no cardiac arrest.
Oh,
Oh, no, that was crazy.
Was that scary or what?
That was crazy.
Man.
They said that, but that was like the hit had to happen at the right time in the middle of a heart
Catch that.
It does.
to make that happen. Like that's crazy.
The way he got up and just fell backwards.
Yeah, that was.
I usually see people fall to the side, fall not backwards on their back like that.
Yeah. That's scary, man.
Y'all want to get some shout outs?
Nah, honestly, just shout out to my pops. Always looked out. Like we said, like he wasn't no cool dad like that. That's really over with. Like he was on point. Like he was on point, but you got to see like he definitely put it into us for sure. Like we definitely not regular.
Already.
That's what's up.
How old are you, brother?
22, 21.
Already.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Fatima and Nasir, what's up? Daddy be home in a minute. Y'all know what it is.
Before we leave,
Yeah.
I need you to give your handles how they can get in touch with you know, the Slump. We just got to talk about that.
Definitely.
It's gonna be active tomorrow.
Yeah, slumpsouth.com. We're going to get that up. We also get Slump Masters on Facebook. You can find, and we're going to, like I said, put the links for everything we've done will be up there and all affiliate projects. So that boy Paul, Jaws, the Cowboys, all the different groups that were a part of it, we're going to put their stuff up because we don't want to hide the dope. Our stuff was years ahead of the game. It's still fresh right now. It's killing a lot of people. You need to listen to them links I sent you.
Yeah.
Because Young Vale, Ness, everybody, man. D.O.C. kicked a verse for us 20 years ago on a project. You know what I'm saying? When he wasn't rapping for nobody.
Yeah.
And we got whole like 1632 bars from D.O.C. Big V from Nappy Roots did a project with me. Man, Trey Songz, part of the same management. We helped him get his deal at Atlantic. That was crazy because we turned down the deal because we were going to get signed with Elektra. But then our manager slid Trey Songz stuff across the table. $1 million a month later. It happens just like that.
It happened just like that. I just got a phone call that shook my world.
What's that?
I ain't gonna tell y'all.
Okay.
But before y'all leave, touch that star right there, all y'all. I need that energy. I need that energy.
What's that one finger?
That's okay.
Because this the one. This the one.
That's the one. That's that Dallas Cowboy star. In case y'all, I don't know
y'all
who you
got
follow.
that kind of energy. Okay.
Yeah, he was a genius, man.
Okay.
Man, I love y'all, man. I
This
appreciate
one finger.
you. Shit, touch me, nigga.
You'll feel it later.
Yeah. I want.
Shamalala.
What you talking about? You say pause? Man, that's cause your mind. That's where your mind is. Y'all got too much shit going on in y'all heads, man. Ain't nothing about. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm from West Africa.
Man, I got that.
They said no.
I got that wood. Hey, appreciate y'all coming, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Shout out to the Roseman. Shout out to the Reddicks and the Farmies. You know what I'm saying? And the Stoudemires. Shout out to all the fams. Hamilton Park. You know what I'm saying? I'm the golden child, baby. I hold it. You know what I'm saying? Close to my chest. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Do
Show
better.
them HP on your shirt, man. On your jacket.
Know better, do better, man. Y'all gotta do. We gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? Before the white folks come and scoop it up and gentrify it, and next thing you know, they're gonna buy all the houses and build new ones, and we can't afford to stay there.
Yeah.
Get right, goddammit.
That's right, man. Your parents bought them houses a long time ago. Do not sell them.
Do not sell them.
Do not sell them, man. Again, man, I got the Slump Master, the Forest Lane Changer,
Yes, sir.
the Starvin
Artist.
Yeah.
The Supreme Grand Slump
the
Master.
Supreme Grand Slump Master. That sounds too much like KKK.
No, not at all, because this is sacred
With the
order of
Grand
Slump.
Wizard.
No, the sacred order of Slump, you know what I'm saying, had degrees. We had degrees, and we taught everybody how to slump and dump. And yeah.
Grab the pebble
Yes.
out of my hand.
That's exactly what it was. That's it.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Big Aziz,
Yes, sir.
you a super tight guest, baby.
Know I'ma get some game tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the low from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.